Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Qua with Next Home Wealth Builder, and today I'm gonna talk about something that I've been reading a lot online. Recently, I've seen a lot of articles talking about like something like this, like what's the minimum salary to be required to be like considered upper class in 2025. And this article is coming from gobankingrate.com. I came across this article the other day, and part of this article, if you go down here and you're looking at this section right here, is that a household income perspective. The Pew Research Center defined upper class income household as having income greater than 169,800, based on the three-person household. For a household with a single earner and no additional income, that's 169,800 is the minimum salary required to be upper class. With two earner, each with the same salary, that minimum would be 84,900 each. However, upper class status rely on overall wealth rather than just one individual salary. Now, the key term here is overall wealth, right? It's unlikely that an upper class person had only their salary as income. So the thing is, like, a lot of people, like, when they're looking at when they get breaking up to, like, lower class, middle class, upper class, they're always talking about like earning, right? Some people can earn like 100,000, 200,000. As a matter of fact, like for this article, it said 169 or 170,000 or above is going to be considered upper class. But throughout my life, I noticed that what you earn is actually, it's not the most important thing you should look at based on the earning to see what class you're in, because I've known plenty of people, like people with like high earning, like very high title, like a director, assistant director, or somebody that earn like north of 200,000 and still living paycheck to paycheck. Now, if sub for in my personal opinion, if you earn $170,000 a year as a household income, but you spend $170,000 a year as an expense, then I wouldn't consider that upper class, because that means you barely made it, like every month, like you're living paycheck to paycheck. Now, for proof of that, if you go into Facebook, I mean not Facebook, YouTube, and you check out this YouTuber right here, Ramit, Sethi. You watch a couple of his video, you'll find that plenty of like many of his the people that come into onto a show make tons of money. There was kind of like there was in a video that he made about a couple that just her husband is making money, but he's a surgeon, and he made well above like 500,000 a year, and yet they're still living paycheck to paycheck. They don't have any saving at all. So see, somebody like this making 27,500 a month. That, if you calculate it, that should be 27,500 times 12. That means you're making $330,000 a year, and yet you're still stressed about money, even though you're making that much. So would I consider somebody like this, making 330,000 a year of upper class? I wouldn't be. Like, so here, high debt, somebody like this, uh, let's see. So basically, the thing is, like, instead of like base your class on how much you earn, uh, my point of view is you should base it on, instead of like how much you earn, it's like you should calculate it based on the cash flow that you bring in every month. The definition of cash flow is your your overall income, earning, whatever, from, and either the W-2 or your side hustle, or any form of income that you get, subtracted by all the expense you get. All the expense you for that particular month, and whatever is left, if your cash flow is positive, or it's like way positive, then that's what you need to look at, and that's how you should base yourself on what class you're on. So for example, if you're only making like 5,000 a month, but your expense is only like 3,000, and your cash flow is gonna be like 2,000 a month, then that's already based on my from my point of view, that would be like middle class already, because you're actually making $2,000 a month, right? So something like that would be more beneficial based on your cash flow than on your earning. With real estate, like when you're looking at a property and you're thinking about like investing, always not like um, most likely you need to look at the cash flow first, because if it's a negative cash flow, then there's no point in for at least to me, there's no point in investing in it. So whenever I come across a property or any kind of investment, I always want to put it into my calculator. I created this calculator a while back, and one of like my property that I saw the other day, it's like price is like 890. I think it's 899, right? And it brings in 7,700 a month in monthly revenue. So with 899, if you're down 25% right here, 224,000, and assuming that you get a rate at 7% rate, then your monthly cash flow should come out to be 750. Now, how did I get that, right? So the mortgage can be this. Now this one is it's using a formula to calculate the mortgage based on the the amount you borrow and the interest rate, right, over 30 years, right? Property taxes here, this is just my equation to calculate property tax for a fourplex like this. It's come out to be around 400 a month, because if you multiply that by 12, that should be like 3,400 3,400 a month, a year. It's 30,400 a year. And then there's insurance costs, and then there's maintenance costs, and then there's this and this. Oh, sorry, this is property tax, and then this is insurance right here. So it come out to be 3 something, and then maintenance is like around, I used 5%, I believe. 5%, 5%, 5%, and 8% here, right? And then at the end of the day, the cash flow is 750. So this 750 is mean you're making 750 a month, right? And this is going toward your cash flow. So a property like this mean it's good, right? The lower you can get the price at, for example, let's say 850, the better the cash flow will be. Now the thing about like investment is, if you start out at the beginning, and you don't want to spend so much money on property management, because you want to test it out and you want to learn how to manage your own property, you can actually eliminate that and add that back into your cash flow. So if assuming that I don't have property management, and of course the vacancy is zero, because there's a lot of like demand for housing. So any property that's on the market and with decent pricing, it should be rented out like right away. If you can assuming that there's zero vacancy and you take care of the property management yourself, which is what I do, at least because I don't have like a lot, like hundreds of properties. So for now I'm managing my own. Then your cash flow is actually bumped up to 2,000 a month, because that is mean you add back the two items here. So to me, like between earning and cash flow, if you want to classify yourself like as either lower class, medium, like medium class, low class, medium class, or upper class, it's better to calculate your cash flow instead of your earning, because of course like I said, so many people base it on the earning, and then whenever they get promotion, then the lifestyle keep follow. And so even if they make more every month, they can't save anything because they spend more. For example, let's say at the beginning they make like 5,000 a month, and they spend 5,000. So if they get a promotion and their earning becomes 6,000 a month, they're gonna find a way to spend that extra $1,000, and yet they still gonna be living paycheck to paycheck. And so the earning itself, even if this person make $170,000 a month, a year, but if they spend $170,000 a year, then I would consider them like below middle class, because they don't have any saving. And in the long term, with inflation, it's gonna catch up to them, and then things will get more expensive over time, and their salary have to catch up to it, or else they're gonna be in a hole. And when they start down the path of like debt, like non mortgage debt, at least for me, like non-mortgage debt, then it's gonna be spiraling, and then it's gonna get worse and worse. So someone when you wanna kind of like evaluate your wealth, don't base on earning, based on cash flow. because that's a better formula to base it on instead of earning. So if you have any question about determining a cash flow between a cash flow and earnings, stuff like that, or any kind of financial tips, just hit just message me in this video below, and then I'll be happy to discuss it with you. With that, thank you so much for watching my video, and then please hit the like button and subscribe so that I can bring more video like this to other viewers as well. Thank you, and see you next time.